Hey guys, Metrological here, and today I will be reviewing the Fast and the Furious car pack, which just came out for Horizon 2 very late yesterday, which was 4/17/2015. They had a delay with releasing it. It wasn't until about 8, almost 9 o'clock Eastern where it came out. Very disappointed in the fact that my Season Pass doesn't work for it, so keep that in mind if you think that you're going to get it with Season Pass or not. It didn't work for me. They might fix it to where it works for people later down, but I've already paid for it, and it's $5 for the 8 cars. The Toyota Supra, Brian's Toyota Supra, is free, so that's cool, which is also the best car in the pack, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the Charger's cool and all, but I'll get to it. This is the fully upgraded version of the three cars I'm going to be doing, just because they're basically, if you've played it, the Fast and Furious game, the add-on, then these are basically the same exact thing. Difference is you can tune, and you can add a little bit of something. The only car you can add a drastic amount of horsepower to is the Supra, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Now, the Charger, Tom's, which is really nice, obviously, it's got the big blower on it, and it's just a fun car to drive, but I wouldn't consider it a deal breaker. It's cool though, it really is. The best car in this pack is so far the free car to me. That's basically, well, I love like the aspect of the Cuda and the Roadrunner. I love those cars to death, but in realistic terms, it's most likely the Supra. Now, like I said, the Challenger is just the same as it was, so nothing special if you've already used it. Now I'm switching over to the Supra, which is fully upgraded. By fully upgraded, I mean the stock motor puts out 1,500 horsepower with twin turbos, which is the highest horsepower car in the game now, and it is stupidly insane, and it's wet out. As you can tell, I'm about a quarter of the throttle there, and it just spins, spins, and spins. I even tried tuning this car before I did this, try to keep it a little bit tamed, and the gears are really low, and I can almost do about 100 and something in first, and it's still pretty stupidly insane, so that's cool. Now, I do a lot of grudge racing or highway runs or pulls, or however you'd like to pronounce it, with a buddy of mine, Riding Dirty Works. He does, his whole channel is basically just drag racing, so I'll make sure that's linked below for you guys if you want to check that out. But this car is going to be a dominator in the racing series. If you can get this power maintained where you can use it all, then you are going to be just running everything. So I'm definitely going to have to use this car a little bit. And the reason why this is different from the normal Supra is because it's TRD tuned. The stock wheels come TRD spec wheels, which are really nice, and if you pay attention, the power, it's just rising right there. Yeah, 1,400 before I smack something, and it's 35 pounds of boost, which is cool. But this car is just going to dominate, and if you run any kind of racing, I highly suggest you get this. It's free. Get this one car at least. It's free. Now, I'm going to be moving on to the Cuda, which is a very nice looking car. I love the car. I love the way it sits, just looks, sounds, feels great, but it's just, there's not a lot to it. Now, not a lot to it by me saying there's just, you can't throw more power into it realistically. You could put a little bit of work into it, but these cars are not able to be tuned and messed with like the normal vanilla cars in this game, which is kind of a downside for spending money on this pack. Say, you know, you do spend the $5, which is fine, you can, they're good cars, they look good, but to me they're missing something. And ask anybody else that has reviewed this pack, and they're most likely going to say the cars are really good or it's missing something, just because of the fact that you can't do so much to these cars like we all wish we could. I wish we can throw bigger power into them. I wish we can put a little bit bigger tire into them, you know. I wish we can have a lower PI car because when I drag race, I like to run A class and S1. These cars are S1 900 and A class already. There's no real, we can't do anything to them, which kind of sucks. So I can't really use these cars in an organized race. So to me, that's kind of a disappointment. Now we're moving on to the last car, which is the Plymouth Roadrunner, which is, of course, the best paint in the game for this car and the best look you can get for this thing. I mean, look at it. It's so nice. I love this car. Now this was the barn find in the Fast and Furious expansion, which, if you haven't gotten, there is, as of now, 2 days left. April 10th, 2015, it will stop being free, and it'll start being charged. I believe it's $10. Now, I thought maybe because if you own the expansion, this would be free for Horizon 2, which I was wrong. I kind of thought better, but, I mean, they'll do what they can for money. So, good on them. They made quite a bit of money off people. So, make sure you get that pass, or the pack. You don't need Horizon 2 to play it. If you want to learn to play Horizon 2, then that's a good place to start. I did a review on that. I'll make sure that's below for you guys to check out if you're still in the future thinking about it. But, back to the Roadrunner. Now, I don't think you could put a big substantial amount of power into this thing either. I mean, you could make it a powerhouse, but it's just adding a little bits and pieces and such. You can't do a lot to it, and I think this comes with the race transmission in this and the CUDA, which I forgot to mention, I believe are 4-speeds. I don't remember. Yeah, they are 4-speeds actually. You cannot go over 4th gear, so it's got the traditional 4-speed in these cars, and that's called the race transmission in this game. So don't expect to be 5-6 gear, Fast and Furious style, 20 gears. But that's cool. That's a cool little feature. The cars sound great, which hopefully you guys were able to hear over my loud mouth, which if you didn't, that sucks. But yeah. Now if you're looking into the pack, I suggest if you haven't played it, then you should get it just to have these cars. If you have played it and you understand how the cars feel, that's personal preference. But always get the free car. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed.